In this video, we will be looking into health insurance fraud where healthcare professionals commit the fraudulent act by making false claims and overcharging for their services to policyholders. Mr. Lee, 47-year-old, was visiting the hospital for a full body checkup when he met a doctor who told him that he could help Mr. Lee claim for insurance for the health screening under his hospitalization plan, Integrated Shield Plan. Mr. Lee knew that Integrated Shield plans do not cover health screenings but did not question the professional. Trusting the doctor's words, Mr. Lee showed him that he has full coverage for hospitalization bills in his insurance policy. After confirming that, the doctor then went forth to arrange an appointment for a health screening for Mr. Lee. 2 weeks later, Mr. Lee visited a hospital for the appointment where he underwent many different checks and tests, such as treadmill electrocardiogram tests, ear, nose, and throat examinations. Weeks later, Mr. Lee received his full medical report along with the invoice for his checkup. He was surprised to read that the medical report falsely stated that he had complained for stomach pain, which he did not. The invoice bill has exceeded $20,000 and was covered and fully paid by his insurance company. It included charges for 2 nights hospitalization in 1-bedroom ward, even though Mr. Lee did not get admitted at all. That was when Mr. Lee realized that there was a fraud committed by the doctors, saying how the claims were falsely made up and the healthcare provider had billed for services not rendered. However, he did not alert his insurer as he was afraid that he would have to foot the bill instead. The case that we just discussed is an example of what we call a provider fraud. Provider fraud is one of the most prevalent type of health insurance fraud where medical experts and healthcare providers falsify documents and commit the fraudulent act for their own financial gains and benefits. The most common form of fraud method used by the healthcare providers are billing for services that were not provided to their patients, misrepresenting the service provided, upcoding, charging for a more expensive service than was actually provided. You may question, how does it affect Mr. Lee or any of us who are in his shoes? Why is this a problem for us, an average person walking into a doctor's office today? You may think that it's not our problem as long as I do not have to pay for the medical expenses. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it is a problem for us because false claims like that is one of the reasons why premiums for hospitalization insurance such as Integrated Shield plans continue to rise. It was reported on the Straits Times newspaper dated 3rd March 2019 that in the past 3 years, some insurers have even increased premiums by more than 30% partly due to higher false claims made by policyholders. This effect is caused by an insurance term called risk pooling. Risk pooling refers to spreading of financial risk for expensive claims more evenly among a large number of contributors. Insurance is the transfer of risk from individuals or organizations who are unable to bear the risk of an unexpected financial crisis to insurance companies who are able to take on the risk. The insurance companies believe that the premiums that they receive from taking on the risk will be sufficient to cover the risk. When there is a higher risk expected, the premiums will rise as well. It is because if the premium payer is affected by a covered risk, the insurance company takes the hit. Therefore, if the claims are higher than expected, the insurance company would have to raise their rates on policyholders across the board so that they do not lose out so much on covering expensive claims. Other than suffering from possible higher premiums, your benefit levels for the health insurance policy might decrease as well. So how do you protect yourself and ensure that you are not one of the victims of healthcare insurance fraud? Don't be afraid to ask questions to your doctor and make sure to keep track of your records regularly. Keeping track of your records tells the insured what the doctor is billing for. Also, check for discrepancy in the bill if there is suspicion of fraudulent behavior by healthcare providers. For example, charging medical examinations that you did not go through. If you notice any sign of fraud, you should immediately alert your insurer about the discrepancy. Let's do our part in ensuring that the rates of health insurance fraud does not rise so that insurance can be kept affordable for everyone. When health insurance is not affordable, your lifestyle will be affected. Hospitals may reject you because you do not have insurance to cover and you will not be able to get the care that your body needs.